Okay. For 10. Oh, okay. Did everybody get their water? Is everybody ready? Everybody? One more coming in? Okay. We're going to wait for this one more kid. One more child. 2? 1? Andrew? Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday school. Hey, guys. Hey, Bradley, throw that cup away, okay?
I forgot to refill my Gatorade bottle.
You forgot to what?
Refill my Gatorade bottle.
Here, we can refill it after class, okay? All right. All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We only got one good morning. Good morning, everybody. Wow. Good morning. Good morning. Saying good morning doesn't require yelling, okay? Okay? Well, I just want to welcome everybody here this morning. Thank you for waking up, getting ready, and coming to the church. Thank you for waking up and tuning in. And we're excited today. We're excited because last week's winners, they get to get some candy from the box. Last week's winners are for the theme. Do you remember who the last week's winner was for the theme? No, it wasn't. You're right. Cadence was the winner. Where's your sister at? Oh, is she upstairs? Oh, okay. Well, I'll remind her to get a piece of candy. She was a winner for the theme last week. And then also last week for our verse was not your sister. It was Chloe. Good job, Chloe. You can get a piece of candy from the box if you want. Right now. That's fine. That's okay. I don't know how Brother Marcus usually does it. Oh, yes. By the way, what was that? He gives it to you? After class. That's a good idea. As you can tell, I am not Brother Marcus. No surprise. I'm way better, way cooler, more awesome. So if Brother Marcus is watching, he's going to have to, bigger beard. That's awesome too. If Brother Marcus is watching, he's going to have to fight me for the coolest position of Sunday school welcome guy. But at the end, I'll get you your candy, okay, Chloe? And then Cadence will get hers. And then last week for the riddle is Jade. Jade's not here right now. Yeah, woo! Brother Marcus, Miss Danielle, Jade and Robin and Jade, they are in Arizona visiting Brother Marcus's dad and doing other things as well. And so they're having a good time over there. So pray for them. Pray for them that they would have safety as they travel back to Washington. And hopefully we'll see them soon, okay? So hopefully you'll have Brother Marcus next week instead of me because I know you guys like him more. I understand you don't like me. Whatever. Don't lie to me. Okay, but today I feel a song in my heart. I feel like I want to sing a certain song. It's not the song that's coming up next, but it's a different song. How many, bless you, how many of you know God is so good? God is so good. Okay, now put your hands down. How many of you believe God is so good? Raise your hand. Yeah, Miss Amanda's got both hands raised. Good job. Now, how many of you, here, put your hands down. How many of you know all the words to that song? Yeah? I don't, but I got them in front of me, so we're going to sing it together. All right, everybody, stand up, stand up. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verses to this song, okay? If you don't know them, we repeat the words, so you're going to catch on really quick. It's no big deal, no problem. We'll get right through it, okay? All right, we'll start it. God is so good, okay? God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. He's so good to me. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's so good to me. To take me home. To take me home. To take me home. He's so good to me. All right, God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. All right. How many of you like that song? I like that song because God is so good. He's so wonderful. He loves us and He cares for us. Stand up, David. Stand up. And we should always remember that God is so good, okay? Always remember that. Now we have a different song coming up. Who wants to see what song it is? Who wants to take a guess at what song it is? Fill My Cup? Nope, that's not it. Tori, what song is it? What do you think? Hold on. Chloe, what song is it? It's a pretty fun one. David, what song is it? Oh! All right, we got a fun song. We're going to move. We're going to get all excited, and we're going to get our jitters out. Exaggerated. Actually, yeah, we can do that. We'll do this one, and then the other version, and then we'll do the exaggerated version. Okay, who's ready to sing this? You ready? Can they see the words? Yeah, they can see it? Okay, if you're at home, wake up your parents with all of this noise because we're going to sing this song and loud and proud, okay? All right, ready? I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. All right, hold on. I need everybody to put their hands like this, stand up straight, arms to their side, one arm to their side, that is, and look really straight. And now, talk like this with me, all right? Talk like this with me, really loud. All right, now when I count down, all right, stop. Now when I count down from 3 on 1, we're going to say yes, sir, really loud, all right? All right, girls? Thank you, Miss Amanda. All right. 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir. Good job. All right. Now who wants to sing the next version? What, Alex?
You're doing the salute wrong. It has to go like right below your eyebrow.
I don't care. Okay, so we're going to sing the next version. Either way works for me. You go right there, you go right there, you go like this, you go like that, you go like, whatever works. Okay, so... How many of you have sang the Mexican or the Hispanic version of this? You like this one? I like this one too. Okay. Now, if you have a good Spanish accent, you can try that. Okay? All right, so we're going to... Hey, we haven't started yet. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and start. I may never take a trip to Mexico, eat a cheesy taco, wear a big sombrero. I may never ride a donkey oh so slow. But I'm in the Lord's army, si, senor. I'm in the Lord's army, si, senor. I'm in the Lord's army, si, senor. I may never take a trip to Mexico, eat a cheesy taco, wear a big sombrero. I may never ride a donkey oh so slow, but I'm in the Lord's army. Si, senor. All right. So now we have an important part of this song that we cannot overlook, that we cannot pass over. It is the exaggerated version. Now, everybody, even girls know how to be exaggerated, right, Miss Elizabeth? Miss Elizabeth agrees. Mom, girls know how to be exaggerated, right? My mom agrees too. Whoa. Okay, are you ready to do the exaggerated version? We're going to be yes, I think we're ready. We just got to be like super crazy and super not ourselves. Girls are already crazy, so you just be yourselves, okay? All right. I drink coffee. Okay, ready, boys? Ready, boys? Okay. All right, stand up straight, hands to your side, look forward. Salute. I'm going to count down from 3, 2, 1. Give me your best and loudest yes, sir, okay? 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir! Hands to your side. Exaggerated version, remember? Remember? Okay. We're going to be a little quiet right now, but we're about to get really loud and really flailing with our arms, okay? Okay. 3, 2, 1. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the earth enemy, but I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! I'm in the Lord. Yes, sir! I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never fly o'er the enemy, but I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir! Okay. All right. You may be seated. Sit in your seats, please. Very great singing from everybody. I'm sure somebody got hit with an elbow in the chest or an elbow into the nose. It's an occupational hazard. If you come to junior church, you're bound to get hit sometime, somewhere. You know, it happens. If you get a bloody nose, you just blow it out on your neighbor's, arm. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that, because then you might get punched in the face by the kid, and then the mom will come up to you and be like, "Why'd you punch my baby? He's so perfect." And then, So, at this time, we have, here, she might need this. At this time, we have, there's so much going on. We have the Miss Elizabeth, the wonderful speaker today. She will be giving the lesson. So everybody needs to be quiet and listen.
And I really wanted to hear Brother James's Mexican version of that. Maybe in the next couple of weeks he can hook us up. Can we what, buddy?
Can we do 2 Mexican plays that you do this, but still with...
Do you know it in Spanish? No. Oh, that would be cool. Maybe, buddy. We'll talk next time, okay? You know what? I bet you after class we have time to do it. Okay. Hi, guys. How are we today? Good. We have a good week? Yeah? Yeah. What happened this week? School happened at the Salas home. Andrew broke a finger. Which finger? His index finger on his right hand. At his very first teen activity, youth group activity that he went to, and he done busted it up. Alex, what happened this week? The Carters got a new house. Carrie, what else happened this week? Yeah, but so what fun stuff happened while you were getting ready to move in? Painted their rooms, right? They all got to pick their own paint colors. Tori? Yes, Carrie started a snail farm with a motel and everything. David? They found a couple snakes. We've been out at the Carter's house a few times. helping him. And Brad? Yeah, they have a huge yard and field to play in. Titus, oh my word. These guys need to talk this morning.
That we're getting a basketball hoop.
We're getting a basketball hoop. We're very excited to get a basketball hoop at our house. Coleman?
We found a ton of.
No seconds. Sorry.
We found a ton of frogs.
You found some frogs.
I mean, the last few.
Nice. Big? Little? Little. What else happened this week? Caden's had a birthday. You're 11 now, yes? Can we sing to you? Not horrible. Cadence doesn't like horrible, and that's okay. The very first time we sang horribly, it was to Joanna Marshall in junior church, and for some reason we're like, hey, let's make it sound horrible, and she cried. But then she just realized that that's just me, so she's fine now, I promise. Let's sing nicely to Cadence. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cadence. Happy birthday to you. I got a picture. I wish I had gotten the picture to Miss Audra or put it up on our screen of Cadence and her ice cream. You should have seen the ice cream cone she got on her birthday. And you went and swam in the ocean, right? Those are the two things she wanted. She wanted a big old ice cream cone. Where'd you get your ice cream cone? Oh, the ice cream was from the Whale Watching Tours? Dude, they knew how to pack it on too. Yes, Brad. Bradley had a birthday as well. But yeah, it was this week. Yeah. It was like the day before? Wednesday. Yours was Thursday or Friday? Friday. So there was a day between theirs. Let's sing to Brad. Brad, do you want horrible or nice? Brad asked for nice. His friends are trying to talk him into horrible, but Brad asked for nice. I heard his voice first, and since it's his birthday, let's do it nicely. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bradley. Happy birthday to you. Bradley got a new house for his birthday. No, I'm joking. Okay. We got to get into the lesson. I am so excited. Why am I so excited? Esther. Quickly. Our class rules. Number 1 is sit up. This entails your backside. Put your backside on the seat. Put your hands in your lap and your feet on the ground or as close to the ground as you can. Rule number 2, zip it up. Not your turn to talk. It's my turn to talk. Miss Amanda, I feel like I'm on fast forward right now, It's not your turn to talk. It's my turn to talk. I've studied. I'm so excited to teach you about Esther. And rule number 3 is hand up. If you do have something to say, you're going to raise your hand. But if I do this, that means nope, not right now. Not yet. Just wait. Tell me later how wonderful I am and how wonderfully I sing happy birthday. The story of Esther. Who else is so excited? You know why I love Esther? I was just telling Miss Sherry this morning. Esther has that side that appeals to the girls, that it's a beautiful young lady who gets to be the queen and live in royalty and lavish lifestyle, but it also has some really cool plot twists that the guys like. I love this story. How many of you have ever read the book of Esther? Read the book of Esther? Right, how many of you read the entire book of Esther? Our theme for this week, God has a special plan for you. Pay attention. I don't have this slide later. Pay attention. Our theme for this week, we'll talk about it right at the end of the lesson too. God has a special plan for you. How many of you like history? History, how many of you say history is my favorite subject? I would say history is my favorite subject if it's American history. I love American history. My kids last year learned American history. I love it. I'm all for it. This year they're learning world history. I love it. I'm all for it. It's not my favorite. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's cool, right, boys, when it starts talking about all the world wars that happened. That kind of stuff is cool, but I definitely prefer American history. But I like history. I like learning. History is important for us to know as well. So before we actually get into Esther, we're going to talk just a little bit about the history of Esther and why she is where she is. That's fair, right? The Jewish people disobeyed God. Because they disobeyed God, they were taken captive by the Babylonian Empire. My turn to talk, not your turn to talk. They were taken captive by the Babylonian Empire because they disobeyed God. Well, God promised the Jews through Isaiah. Isaiah prophesied and said, you're going to be in captivity for 70 years. And then King Cyrus is going to let you go. The Babylonian Empire was going to be overthrown. The Persian Empire was going to take over. But honestly, the Jews living in Babylon at the time had a really hard time believing that. The Babylonian Empire was strong. It was tough. There was a lot of a big army, and they were very prosperous. And they had a hard time believing that in a short 70 years, it may not seem very short to us, but in a short 70 years, that they were going to be overthrown and that they were going to be allowed to go free. But guess what? Exactly what was prophesied is exactly what would happen. It was prophesied by both Isaiah and Daniel. It even talked about it. Well, during the Babylonian reign, King Belshazzar, the Persian Empire, came along and defeated the Babylonian Empire. And just a few years later, 70 years after being taken into captivity, the Jews were told, you can go home. They were elated. They were excited. There was a couple different reasons they would have stayed. Maybe they were too old, like Daniel. He would have been too old to make the journey back to Israel. Maybe the thought of when we get back, we're going to have to rebuild everything. They've completely destroyed our cities. We're going to have to rebuild everything. And maybe the thought of that was just too much for them. Or maybe they just liked the comfort that they had while living in Babylon at the time. For many different reasons, some just stayed. Here are shows that what's in dark pink, you see that? What's in dark pink, that is the Persian Empire that ruled 127 provinces, stretching all the way from Ethiopia to Africa to India. And the capital of the Persian Empire was Shushan. Shushan. The capital of the Persian Empire was Shushan. Brother James is back there making questions for afterward, and I'm guessing that he already has that one already. What's the capital of the Persian Empire? Shushan. The king at the time of our story here, who ruled this Persian empire, was Ahasuerus. Now, listen, throughout the story of Esther, there are many different ways that people pronounce all the different names. We're just going to say I'm right on all of them, okay? Miss Elizabeth is right. She pronounces them all correctly. If you disagree, you can talk to Brother James or Miss Sherry about it later. They will listen all about it. Ahasuerus was the king. In the history books, when you're reading, you're going to hear the name Xerxes. It's the same man. Ahasuerus was his Hebrew name. In the history books, he's known as Xerxes. He reigned from 486 to 465 BC. That's just a little tidbit of information for you. This was an immensely rich king. I'm telling you, he had his winter palace was in Shushan. Man, that thing was beautiful. Magnificent building. Beautiful floors with red and blue and white and black marble. Rich curtains with blue and white curtains. They had couches of gold and silver. Everyone that would come to dinner at their house had these gold goblets, and they were all individually crafted. Not one was like the other one. Just so much wealth, so much riches there in the palace. Well, in the third year of King Ahasuerus' reign, he gave a feast. Can anyone guess what book of the Bible we're going to open up to? No. You guys are so smart. Esther, go ahead and open to Esther. Esther chapter 1. In the third year, as you guys are looking, I'm going to keep going. In the third year of his reign, King Ahasuerus decided he was going to throw a feast. A feast for all the governors and the princes. Let's talk through where the book of Esther is. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms. So if that helps, it's like 2 books before Psalms, a couple books after the Chronicles. Okay? Great. You can go get tissue if you need to, buddy. We had a sneezer. Esther chapter 1. Chapter 1. So he decided he was going to make this huge, lavish feast. And all the people of Shushan, the whole country, came out to help him. He invited governors and princes from all over his area. Come to Shushan. Come to my palace. Come eat at my feast. Guys, do you know how long this feast was? Go ahead. No. Dory?
A year.
It was 180 days. I know we don't like math, so I'm going to tell you it was 6 months. 6-month feast. And right? How many of you guys would love a 6-month feast? I would love to be at a 6-month feast. I would not like to be working at a 6-month feast. That would be a lot of work. A lot of work. But man, do you need help finding it? Miss Sherry will help you. As the groups started coming into the palace, everyone would just come to the feast. All the governors, all the princes, all the important people of the 127 countries in the Persian Empire came to the feast. Finally began 180 days. Boy, once that was over, you know what King Ahasuerus, he's a smart man here. You know what he decided to do? King Ahasuerus said, my people have worked for 6 long months. I am going to throw them a feast. And that's what he did. This was a 1-week feast. Hey, I'd take a 1-week feast. Are you listening? I'd take a 1-week feast. Anybody that wants to throw a 1-week feast. Now, yeah. I haven't said where we're reading yet. Coleman, I haven't said where we're reading yet. So here he is now. He's going to throw a 1-week feast. And all the people from Shushan, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you have nice clothes, whether you don't even have any shoes, all the people were able to come to this 1-week feast. It was on the 7th night of this 1-week feast. Guys, I forgot. Oh, yeah. Dory's like, yeah, of course you did. It was on the 7th night of this 1-week feast that he had for his people that, well, the Bible says he had drunk too much wine. We shouldn't drink any wine. Any wine is too much wine. But King Ahasuerus, they weren't a God-fearing people. They weren't people that believed in God or followed God or the Bible or the 10 Commandments, none of that. The King Ahasuerus said, okay, this is how rich they are, okay? They didn't even have the women at the men's feast. The women had their own feast. The queen, her name was Vashti. Vashti, she had at her own palace, she had a feast for all the women. Well, King Ahasuerus, he had drunk a little too much. That's what the Bible says. And he wanted all the men at the feast to see how beautiful Vashti was. So he sent his men, go get Vashti, tell her to come here immediately. Vashti knew. She knew that he had had too much to drink, and he was just being prideful and wanted everyone to see how pretty I am. And you know what she did? She refused to go. That was not allowed. That was not to happen. That was not okay. But that's exactly what she did. She refused to go stand before King Ahasuerus. Well, King Ahasuerus was embarrassed, right? Imagine, wait till you see my wife. She's the prettiest thing. And then he sends for her and she says no. He would have been embarrassed, which would have made him angry. And he gathered all his men together, his wise men, if you will, the men who he counseled with. He said, what shall we do? And one of them had an idea. He said, if you let this go, then all the women are going to think it's okay to say no to their husband and to disobey their husband, and we can't have that. So you are going to have to make it so Vashti is no longer the queen. Let's read really quick because I don't want to skip God's word because that's, of course, the most important part. Let's read chapter 1. We're going to read verse 10 and 11 and 12. This is going to be funny. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded, listen to these names, guys. I'm just saying, I'm glad my name is Elizabeth. He commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha. Who names their child Bigtha? Miss Sherry, aren't you glad your name is Sherry? Yeah, Olivia's sounding good right now, isn't it? Bigtha. Hang on, where were we? Abagtha. Okay. Zethar and Carcass. Okay. That's what I said. I was like practicing last night, practicing these names to make sure I didn't look like a fool. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, Becca, listen to these names. Would you like to be named Carcass? It starts with a C, though, and that was with a family name. No, okay. Okay. And 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king to bring Vashti, the queen, before the king with a crown royal to show the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look upon. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and anger was burnt in him. So he brought all his men together and said, what shall we do? And the one man says, I'll tell you what we need to do. We cannot let the women of our empire think that it's okay to disobey their husband. You need to make Vashti stop being the queen and find another. And, well, what option did he have? King Ahasuerus thought, and all the men thought about what that one man said, and he said, I mean, that sounds right. Right? We can't have all the women thinking they can just do what they want. They need to obey their husbands. So he made a law. Said, men, you need to lead your homes. Women, you need to follow and obey your husband. And Vashti, you are not our queen anymore. And he made it a law. Now, we know. We know because we know the Bible story. Let me tell you in case you don't know. The law of the Medes and the Persians, once something went into law, there was nothing that could be done about it. It was law. Even if you wanted to change the law, if you wanted to break the law, you couldn't do it. The law was the law. King Ahasuerus himself couldn't even come and say, I'm going to change that law. He can't do it. However, years later, took a couple years. According to the Bible, that happened. The feast happened in the 3rd year of his reign. Esther, he married Esther. I gave it away, but you all know. He married Esther in the 7th year of his reign, so there was about 4 years in between. I'll tell you what happened with one of the years in just a minute. But they realized King Ahasuerus began to get lonely. He was sad, and he needed a new bride. He needed a new wife, so they decided, I know, King Ahasuerus, let us do this for you. Let us go into all the provinces, in all the countries, and all the cities, and we'll find the most beautiful women. And we'll bring them. The Bible here in Esther calls them virgins. Somebody who isn't married, somebody who hasn't been married. We're going to bring them all in for you, and then you can pick. We'll do the work for you. We'll go scour. Jeremiah, before you were married, maybe, right? You go scour the country and find all the pretty ones, bring them to me, then I'll pick. No, that's not how God works today. That's not how God works today. But that's how they thought. Let's do that. And King Ahasuerus said, okay. Living in Shushan was a man named Mordecai. He was an older Jew. He was one of the remnant, one of the ones that didn't go back to Israel when they were allowed to. He still lived right in Shushan. He lived with his cousin Esther. Esther was much younger than him. He was an older man. He lived with his cousin Esther. Her Hebrew name would be Hadassah. And there's Esther. And Esther and Mordecai were Jews. They loved God. Esther was a very obedient young lady. She didn't have a mom or dad. Her parents had died. She was an orphan. And her cousin Mordecai said, I'll take care of you, Esther. I'll make sure you have food. I'll make sure you're taken care of. You get an education. I'll take care of you. Oh, Esther looked up to Mordecai like she would a father, and she willingly obeyed him. They were very close. They had a very close relationship to each other. Esther was a beautiful young Jewish woman. She easily caught the attention of the officials who were searching for people, and quickly realized that she was going to have to go to the palace. Mordecai, before she left, Mordecai said, listen, Esther, I don't want you to tell anybody that you're a Jew. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with being a Jew, but Mordecai just knew in that area at that time, not everyone liked Jews. And he just wanted to keep Esther as safe as possible. They didn't like him, maybe because the Jews, whatever they put their hand to, was just very prosperous, and God blessed it. Maybe that's why people didn't like him. Maybe they didn't like just their different customs and different rules, and they kept the Sabbath, and there was only certain things they were able to eat. We don't really know why people didn't like the Jews, but just in case, Mordecai told Esther, just don't tell anybody that you're a Jew. Just keep it secret. So that's what she did. Esther, of course, always obedient to Mordecai, did just that. She was brought to the palace to join the many other, shall we call them, candidates to become queen. Of course, every young woman that was brought into the palace hoped, maybe I'll be the queen. Maybe he'll pick me. Probably the most important beauty pageant ever. Right? Living in the palace was so different than Esther's normal, ordinary life, though. She had to take care of herself, meet her own needs, help with the laundry and the cooking, to being waited on hand and foot. Literally, this is why I always wanted to be Esther when I was growing up. She had 7 girls that just followed her doing anything she wanted. I have 3 children. No, I'm just joking. It's different. She had 7. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Miss Amanda, could you imagine just walking around here, 7 people, and they'll just do what you're bidden, whatever you need. I need fresh ice water. I would like a Starbucks, right? Wow, it was totally different. But as a believer, Esther knew that she had to keep her pride in check. She had to keep her selfishness in check. She couldn't just get everything she wants and just, I'm so important. I'm a wonderful person, right? She couldn't do that. Maybe this was the attitude that helped everybody around her like her. There was a man, his name was Haggai. No, Haggai. Haggai. No, Haggai. It's different than Haggai in the Bible. It's a different one. This man, Haggai, he was in charge of all of the ladies that had been brought. And Haggai, even liked Esther, gave her and her 7 maids, yes, thank you, maids, gave them the best room in the palace. Anything she needed, at a minute she'd have. Gave her, like, maybe first place in the food line. I don't know what all he did, but he treated Esther very nicely. Wow. The young ladies, as they begin to prepare themselves, let me tell you, the first 6 months at the palace, the first 6 months, they treated themselves with oils and myrrh to make sure that their skin was soft and beautiful and perfect. The next 6 months, how long is that now? A year. They took a solid year getting themselves ready. That second 6 months, they used perfumes and just tried to add charm. Man, imagine how self-centered most of these women would become, right? For a full solid year, their only job, the only thing they had to do, they had maids following along doing everything they wanted, and their sole purpose was to become even more beautiful than they already were. Wow. Self-centered for an entire year. They had anything they wanted, they had. Let's read. Now we're going to skip to chapter 2. We've talked about all that. We're going to go to chapter 2, verse 15. Now, here it is, Esther's turn to go stand before King Ahasuerus. It's finally Esther's turn. Chapter 2. Esther chapter 2. It was finally Esther's turn. This verse is going to explain. I'll read it in just a second. It's going to explain basically when it's your turn to go stand, you can ask Haggai for anything you want. You want a new dress? Done. You want your hair cut? Done. You want a new pair of shoes? Done. You want a grande breve latte with 3 honeys stirred really well? Done. Do I need to say that slower? No? It's fine. Anything they wanted, they could have. And it was Esther's turn. Let's read verse 15. Now in the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, I didn't study these names, the uncle to Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was come into the king. She required nothing but what Haggai, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the women, appointed. And Esther obtained favor in the sight of all them that looked on her. Everyone that saw Esther, look real quick, we'll go right back. Everyone that saw Esther knew there was just something different about her, something special. We know what that is. That's the Holy Spirit living and working inside her, right? Gives her a different attitude, gives her a different way to treat people, gives her kindness. Well, people saw that, oh man, guys, there's Mordecai and Esther. There they are, primping themselves, getting all ready and stuff. That was me and Tori this morning. And here she is, ready to go stand before King Ahasuerus. Everybody that knew Esther, that met Esther, that saw Esther, just saw something different. They saw just this inner beauty that God gave her. It doesn't come from the perfect skin or smelling lovely. It came from inside, and it came from God. And here it was, Esther's turn to stand before the king. She showed submission. She showed she was willing to accept the guidance for others. Her simplicity became magnificent to anyone who saw her. Let's keep reading. Verse 17. And the king loved Esther above all the women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen instead of Vashti. He picked Esther. Well, we knew he would, otherwise the book would be called Bahag or something, I don't know. He picked Esther. But again, Esther's heart, she must have been so excited. I mean, at first, of course, nervous to go stand before the king. And then when she realized he picked her to be the queen over Persia, the most dominant empire at the time, she would be the most powerful woman, if you would, at the time. He noticed there was something different. She was set apart from the other girls. She had that inner charm, that beauty inside and outside, and Ahasuerus preferred her immediately over all the other women. So he chose Esther. King Ahasuerus, he planned an elaborate coronation ceremony. You guys seen those princess movies, right? When they have the coronation ceremony and everything is just, that's what I imagine now as an adult, now that I've seen those, right? And they play the big, long, ugly-looking trumpets. and everyone is just dressed to the nines and dressed their best. And they have a coronation ceremony. And that's what I'm envisioning now for Esther. When it's time to be crowned king. The king was so excited, let me tell you. The king was so excited that he gave gifts to his officers. He even cut the taxes. What? He made the people pay less money to him. Is it really important?
Yeah, you said Esther was made king.
Sorry, Esther was made queen. Sorry. Okay. God allowed this Jewish girl to become the queen. To be chosen all the other girls of the kingdom. God had a very special plan for Esther. Esther didn't know God's plan, but God knew it. God knew it very well. Esther didn't even know that coming up, and we're going to start talking about this in the next couple weeks, coming up in Esther's life, there are some hardships coming. There are some trials coming. She's going to face some really tough decisions. She's not going to know what to do, but God knew. God had a plan for Esther. God wanted Esther as the queen right now for a reason. Boys and girls, in our lives, things are going to happen. There might be a trial. It might be something good and awesome and wonderful and excellent. It might be something heartbreaking. It might be something hurtful. And God knows. God has a plan for you. You can't get mad at God when those things come into your life. You can't, but God, why did my guinea pig have to die? It's not fair. You can't be mad at God. You have to trust that God knows. See, God's going to let that hurt. He's going to take that hurt and he's going to heal you and he's going to allow that to help other people in the future. God has a special plan for you. Everyone listening to my voice right now, God has a special plan for you. God wants to help you. We have to trust him. We have to not just, it's not fair. We have to learn to trust God. God can turn those trials into blessings. Our job is to trust him and to obey him in the good times, in the bad times, when we get a new house, when our guinea pig dies. We have to learn to continue to just trust him. We've talked a lot about this lately. Just continue to trust God. He has a plan. He has a reason. He has a way. Paul tells us, our memory verse for this week is Romans 8:28. We know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. Whatever the reason is, we're going to trust God. God has a special plan for you. It might not be to be the queen of the Persian Empire. Okay, it's definitely not to be the queen of the Persian Empire. Might not be to be the king. Might not be to be the president. Maybe it would be to be the president. Man, one of you guys would make a good president. As long as you love God. David's like, I'll volunteer. Thanks, buddy. Whatever God has for us, we're going to learn to trust him and know that God's going to work it together for good. Whatever the bad you're going through, he's going to use for good in your life. Let's pray. Our Father, I thank you for the boys and girls and their just eagerness to listen. God, I pray as we continue along the story of Esther, I pray that they would take truths from these that would help them. Lord, I love this story because I love to see your hand working and moving in the life of Esther. And Father, we just thank you for allowing us the time to teach this lesson. God, I pray that you be with the remainder of our time together. May it be enjoyable, and may we honor you through it. In your name I pray. Amen. Brother James is coming back up.
That's okay. How late do we go to? We go to 10, is that right, Miss Elizabeth? 10 or a little bit past? Okay. Lucky. Okay. How many of you enjoyed that message or that lesson by Miss Elizabeth? How many of you now know more about Esther? How many, okay, put your hands down. How many of you did not know anything about Esther before Miss Elizabeth's lesson? It's okay. Have you ever read the book Esther? All of it? All of it? A couple of chapters. Yeah? Miss Elizabeth. Okay, good job, everybody. Okay, so Miss Elizabeth did a great job on the lesson. Something, hey boys. Hey boys. Hey. Let's, hey, look up here, pay attention, no talking, okay? All right. So Miss Elizabeth did a good job on the lesson. And there was, later on in the book, oh, you're going to teach more on it? Yes. Oh, I thought you were just giving that little tidbit, and I was like, man, you just left out all the good stuff.
We got 3 or 4 more weeks.
Oh, man. Okay, well, you're in for a treat because so much cool stuff happens in that book. So if you want to go ahead and read the next chapters in the book, go ahead, do it, because Miss Elizabeth can't tell you not to.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, Miss Elizabeth's like, no, don't read your Bible because I want to teach it to you. And then I'm like, no, Miss Elizabeth can't tell you not to do that. Just kidding. Okay, but honestly, it's a really good story, and you're going to be excited, and you're going to be happy to read about it. But I have some questions and some games, I guess. This is our game. It's question time. So, did you take notes, Tori? Tori and Carrie took notes? Did you take notes, Cadence? You know the book of Esther. It's awesome. It's your favorite? Wow, that's awesome. Okay. What's your trick question, Brother Jeremiah? It's not. Why is it in the Bible then? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, that's a different question for a different day. Okay, so we got some questions. I have 6 good questions. 3? I do. I have 3 for the boys and 3 for the girls. But I can make more questions. It's okay. So we're going to start with the ladies. And close your books. Hold on. All right. All right, girls. What book in the Bible comes before Esther? 3, 2, 1, go. And then you raise your hand, okay? Don't look in your Bible. Tori. Yes, you're right. So the girls get a point. I don't know how Brother Marcus does it. Does Brother Marcus usually do a point system? He just gives you candy bars?
Well, he gives you a candy bar next week.
We each get 10 questions, and whoever wins.
How does Brother Marcus do it, Carrie? Hey, boys. Shh. The riddle or the verse? Okay. All right, boys. So the next question is, what book of the Bible comes after Esther? Hands in your laps. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and then go. And then first hand the workers see is the hand or the person we will choose, okay? Nope. Alex is disqualified. He looked in his Bible. David's looking in his Bible. No, can't look in your Bible. All right, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Just keep your hands in your lap. Wait until you hear the word from my mouth, the sound from my lips, the sound from my voice, okay? Wait until you hear me, okay? What book of the Bible comes after Esther? 3, 2, 1, go. Who did you guys see? The workers. Miss Amanda, who'd you see? Also, everybody, hold on, time out. I believe it was Bradley. We'll go with Bradley, but time out. I just want to introduce, I don't do this. This isn't, I don't work in here often, but I just want to introduce Miss Amanda. She's helping in the class today, and she'll hopefully for the future, right? Yeah, awesome. So Miss Amanda will be a permanent helper in this class. So if you have any questions, if you need to talk to Miss Amanda, if you have any questions about the lesson or about the time in the class, talk with Miss Amanda if you want to. And so we just want to welcome her. So I don't know if Brother Marcus does that, but it's always good to welcome people. Okay, Bradley, what was the book of the Bible that comes after the book of Esther? Yes. No, it's not, you weirdo. All right, young ladies. All right, boys, quiet. All right, ladies, I have the next question conjured up in my mind. It's already made up. Now, I'm going to ask the question, and then I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and then when I say go, then you'll put your hand up. Okay, boys, did you hear that instruction as well? I will give you the instruction again once it's your turn. Okay, girls, what is the theme of the book of Esther? No, don't look. Oh, you looked. What is the theme of the book of Esther? 3, 2, 1, go. Carrie. Yes, you're right. God has a special plan for you. Good job. Good job. It's okay. God has a special plan for you. So, 2, 1. Olivia, does Brother Marcus usually give out candy when the person answers? Brother Jeremiah, did you say Brother Marcus is a stingy person and never gives out candy? Brother Marcus, Brother Jeremiah said you only give candy to the workers and not the children. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You talk, man. No talking, okay? How many of you remember the 5-finger rules? Sit up straight, hands in your lap, keep your feet still, look at the speaker. No talking, remember? Shh. That's the whole purpose. 5-finger rules, okay? Be quiet. All right, hands down. All right, boys, it's your turn. Got a question for you. Remember, don't talk. If I hear one side talk or is being loud, I'm just going to go to the other side. Or who knows, I might even ask the workers if both sides are talking, but these girls would never talk. Okay, boys. I'm going to ask a question, and then I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then I'll say go, and then you raise your hand, okay? And then you raise your hand. And then after I say go is the only time when you can raise your hand. Then and only then, after I say go, can you raise your hand. Okay? All right. What is the capital of the Persian Empire? Oh, remember? After I say the word G-O is the time you can raise your hand, okay? I didn't say the word, okay? All right. What is the capital of the Persian Empire? 3, 2, 1, go. I think it was Titus. Huh? Nope, don't help him, don't help him, don't help him. What was it again? No, you're really close. You have like the wording in a sense somewhat similar. Girls, hey. Everybody? Everybody? All right. So what is the capital of the Persian Empire? No talking, no helping, no talking at all. Andrew? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Coleman. Go. Oh, Carrie again. Shushan. Shushan the palace. You were really close. Good job, though. Good job. It's okay. They were wise enough to take notes. Maybe you guys can do that next week, too, okay? Okay, here. How about for now on, I'll let you guys look at your notes. If you can find it quick enough, I will let you look at your notes. If you took the notes on it, I will let you look at your notes. So, looking at your notes is pretty important, I bet. Good job. Yeah.
They're ugly.
Good job, Alex. He is. Good job taking notes, guys. I'm going to let you use your notes now. So, girls. Well, you guys missed the question, and then it went to the girls, and now it's the girls' turn. It's the first. So, girls, how long... I started over here last time. That means I start over here this time. They got the question right because you guys missed it, and so it went to them. So now it goes back to them. Okay, remember no talking when I say the question. 3, 2, 1, go, and then you answer, okay? Raise your hand, I'll call you, and then you answer, okay? How long was the feast King Ahasuerus through? Now, I know there was 2 different time periods Miss Elizabeth gave. I'm looking for the longer one, not the shorter one, but the longer one, okay? So, how long was the feast King Ahasuerus through? By the way, that's how you pronounce his name, Ahasuerus. Not how Miss Elizabeth... No, I'm just kidding. I don't. So, how long was the feast King Ahasuerus through? 3, 2, 1, go. You two have already answered. I'm going to let Cadence go.
6 months.
It was 6 months. Good job. Good job.
How many days? It wasn't 6 months. It was. But how many days? It was 12 months. No. It was 12 months a year.
Shh. Okay, quiet. Quiet. 5-year-olds. Shh. You're going to give away my next question. Or my question after that. Who, boys, remember, I'll ask the question. I'll count down from 3, 2, 1, and then I'll say go, and then you can raise your hand as fast as you can without breaking your shoulder out of place because you're so fast. Okay. Who was Esther's uncle? 3, 2, 1, go. Coleman. No, don't help him, guys.
I'm trying to remember the name.
It's okay. Don't help him. Hold on. Can I give you a hint?
Malachi.
Oh, it was really close. It is an M name, and it ends with an I. It's super close. Huh? Okay. That was my hint. It starts with an M and ends with an I. Starts with more. More.
You had it
Mordecai!
right.
Good job. Up top, man. Up top. No? Yeah, that's right. Good job. It's okay. Sometimes a dog needs a bone sometimes, right? It's all right. Every time you give a dog a bone sometimes. Okay, now it's the girl's turn. So he got that right. Who was Esther's uncle? And it was Mordecai. Was it cousin? Was it? Oh. Whoops. Cousin, uncle, if he's old. Yeah, at least they're paying attention. Sorry about that. All I know is that her mom and dad died, and so he took her as his daughter, I guess. So, it's not. It's really sad, actually. Girls, now, I don't know if you girls can remember this, but just think about how long it takes you to get ready. How long did it take the women to get ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Cadence. A year. Yeah, it did. Why did it take the girls so long? That's a question every man wants to know. Why does it take women so long to get ready? Good job, Cadence. And then our last question for the boys. Why did the king choose Esther as the queen? 3, 2, 1, go. David.
Because she was pretty on the inside and pretty.
Remember the theme of the book? It's because God had a what kind of plan? A special plan for Esther. God, or more, the king chose Esther because God had a special plan for Esther's life. All right, good job, everybody. Those were our questions for today, but now we have some other things to go through, some other fun parts. Okay, so remember, yes, Carrie? You had a question? Maybe you can tell us later, okay? Okay, so how many of you remember the riddle from last week? I don't remember the riddle. I don't remember. What was it? What was the riddle? What?
Oh, a countertop.
Is that right?
I know it. A chalkboard. I said a chalkboard. A chalkboard.
Oh, good job. Okay, I have a different riddle today. What's the process on the riddles? Do I let them answer it or in class, or they text it in? Okay. I already told everybody at the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to give you the riddle. You cannot look it up, and then you text the answer in. If you need the phone number, if you need the phone number to text the answers, there is the phone number. The question, nope, you can do that in a little bit. Boys, quit talking. Quit talking. Okay, the riddle for today is, what has to be broken before you can use it? Shh, text it in, text it in. If you need to write it down in your notebooks, you can do that, but do not look it up online. Do not look it up online. What has to be broken before you can use it? I have just a question now. This isn't a riddle, but what has to be broken before God can use it? Can somebody tell me that? Could I have, Titus, what? Your spirit, maybe your heart. So what has to be broken before God can use it? Your heart needs to be broken. But our riddle for the day is, what has to be broken before you can use it? So if you need to write that down, go ahead. What has to be broken before you can use it? IT. There you go. Okay, so now we have our verse for the day. We have our verse. Are you ready? I'm not going to give you the reference because that's how Brother Marcus does it. And then you'll be able to look up or find the verse later on, okay? Who's ready?
Wait, we look it up in our easy one.
I believe, Olivia, how does the verse go?
You just say the verse, and he usually says it 2 times. Don't say the reference. To text it in. They have to text in the reference.
No, you
All week to text in the reference.
Okay, I'm going to give you the verse. If you need to write it down, get your pens or pencils and paper all ready, and then I'll give it to you, okay? Ready? Nobody's getting their pens and paper ready. Wow. Okay, the verse is, therefore, oh, my Google just started acting up. Okay. The verse is, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Are you ready? There's actually a song to this verse. Do you want to sing it together? No, or you guys are no fun.
Yes.
Okay. I actually don't remember how it starts, so we're not going to sing it. So anyway, the verse starts like this. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, okay? Not in vain in the Lord. Okay, there's the verse. Are you ready? We're going to sing some songs before I let you go. The question and answer time was our game. Sorry. Miss Elizabeth took up all the time. Just kidding, it's fine. All right, you ready? Everybody stand up, stand up. We're going to sing some songs. Then I'll let you go. Okay, sounds good. All right, ready? All right, get your muscles all ready. Get them all. Stretch them out. We're going to flex our muscles and stuff. How many of you know my God is so big? How many of you know that song? All right, boys, don't hold each other's arms. That's weird, okay? All right, so, my God is so big. Hey, guys. Stop. Okay, we'll start the song in 3, 2, 1. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. One more time. We can sing that better. Everybody, now let's do the hand motions too. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. The mountains are His, the rivers are His, the stars are His handiwork too. My God is so big, so strong, and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do for you. Good job. One last song. Ready? Okay, how many of you know how to sing this song correctly? Goes, the things I used to do, I don't do them anymore. Things I used to do, I don't do anymore. There's been a great... 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to say there's been a great, and then I'll point to a side. Great. Change. Okay? So we're going to sing. We're going to say these big words together. So there's been a great. No, actually, that's wrong. No. I'll say it. I'll say these words. So there's been a great, and then I'll point to a side, and then you'll say whatever is in parentheses, okay? So you just repeat what you just said. Okay, so we'll get the hang of it. Ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, Alex, you can get a drink of water afterwards, okay? All right, we're almost done. Like 5 more minutes, man. We're good. All right, 3, 2, 1. The things I used to do, I don't do them anymore. The things I used to do, I don't do them anymore. The things I used to do, I don't do them anymore. There's been a great change since I've been born again. There's been a great change since I've been born. There's been a great change since I've been born. There's been a great change since I've been born. There's been a great change since I've been born again. All right, that went really bad because that was like the first time I've done that in a long time. So we'll sing it together. We'll just say great, change. I won't point at anybody. We'll just yell it as loud as we can, and we'll do that, okay? Sounds good? All right, let's sing it over again. Ready? The things I used to do, I don't do them anymore. She does. The things I used to do, I don't do them anymore. He does. The things I used to do, I don't do them anymore. There's been a great change since I've been born again. There's been a great, great change since I've been born. There's been a great, great change since I've been born. There's been a great, great change since I've been born. There's been a great change since I've been born again. No, that's gross. Ew. All right, everybody. You may be seated. You may be seated. Thank you for singing very, very well today. Good job, everybody. All right, so we're about to dismiss everybody, but Brother Jeremiah has a special announcement to give everybody. So,
Boy, do I have a good announcement.
give him your attention.
Oh, boy, are you guys going to be excited? No, you're not going to be excited? Get out. Get out. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. We have something coming up starting, it's September 12th. So let me see here. This next Saturday is September 9th, right? So that means a week from this Saturday. No, Dad, hold on. Not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, we're going to be starting up something called Super Church. Now what that is, that's church, but just for kids. No adults allowed. Well, there's going to be some adults there because they got to do the teaching and stuff. What if there was kids teaching? That'd be pretty cool, huh? That'd be pretty awesome. Okay, scratch it. New idea. We need a pastor for our super church. Who wants to do it? Okay, all right, you're in. No, I'm just kidding. Have a seat. All right. No, we're going to have adults there to teach and to help. We're going to have some lunch. What do you guys like for lunch?
Hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have some hot dogs. We're going to have a great time. No, there's going to be games. There's going to be prizes. Who's been to Vacation Bible School before? Okay, it's going to be like Vacation Bible School. You guys been to Vacation Bible School? Yeah, of course you have. Okay, it's going to be like Vacation Bible School, but it's going to happen every Saturday at 12 p.m. Where every single Saturday, starting September 12th at 12 p.m., we're going to have Super Church out here. We're in the big room there. 12 a.m., that's right. No, 12 p.m. 12 a.m. would be in the middle of the night. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, you're right. It's the beginning of the morning. Okay, but shh. Okay, so at 12 p.m., starting every Saturday, September 12th, we're going to have Super Church. We're going to have it in the big room here. We're going to have social distancing. So we're going to make sure you guys are all spread apart, which you guys are not spread apart right now. You guys are from the same families, though, so I guess that's okay. But we're going to be spread apart. We're going to have everything. We have some different guidelines and stuff for those watching online, parents and stuff. We're going to be getting some flyers to you on what's going to be going on. Let me change it to this slide here if I can figure it out. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. All right, so we're going to, if you have any questions about that, please contact us at the church office. We're also going to be bringing by a flyer for it to tell you what's going on with that. But again, we're going to have all kinds of guidelines and stuff to make sure that we can still keep with the social distancing and all that. But we're going to start out, we're going to be running the bus to pick up kids and bring them here to Super Church on Saturdays. Again, we're doing it on Saturday instead of Sunday so that we can allow for social distancing and stuff because we'll have more, we can have more occupancy if we do it split services like that. So we're going to be doing it on Saturdays at 12 p.m., which means we'll be picking up kids on the bus anytime between 10:30 and 12. Get them here at 12. We're going to start with lunch. We're going to have lunch for all the kids, and then after lunch, we're going to do some games. We're going to have some songs. We're going to have a Bible lesson that Brother James is going to be teaching. And also, for everybody watching right now, this includes you, even if you're thinking, I don't think that my kids are going to be going to that. Well, that's okay. There's still going to be Sunday school. We're still going to be having Sunday school on Sunday morning. But again, we're going to be doing Super Church, so it's kind of like a junior church thing on Saturday. And we will not be live streaming Sunday school anymore. We're only going to be live streaming on Saturday, which is going to be Super Church. So that's what's going to be the live stream for the kids stuff. So if you're not able to make it into the church or you're not comfortable with that yet, or that's okay. But again, we're not going to be doing live stream for Sunday school. It's going to be done on Saturday at 12 p.m. So make sure you put that on your schedules. And if you can make it, please come. At least come try it out and see what you think. You can come give us a call at the church, and we'll tell you everything that we're doing and how we plan on doing it. It's going to be it's kind of trial and error at first to make sure that the time schedule is going to work and everything. So it's going to be at Saturdays at 12 for now. That might change up a little bit over the next few months, but for now, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be every Saturday starting September 12th at 12 p.m. Who's excited for Super Church? Wow, you guys don't sound excited. Okay, you guys excited for Super Church? All right, who likes loud singing? I figured you guys did. Okay, shh. Who likes learning how to be a superhero? Wait a minute. Hold on. Shh, that's not what this is about. No, but I'm super excited about it. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be prizes. There's going to be games. There's going to be songs. It's going to be a great time. You're going to love it. Who likes Brother James's teaching a Bible lesson? Okay, everybody give him a hand. Yeah. All right. It's going to be a good time. Also, real quick, for parents watching at home, bus parents and stuff, we're also going to be running a van route for teens because the Super Church isn't going to be really geared towards teens at all. That's going to be like K through 6th, I believe it is. Yeah, it's going to be like K through 6. Again, everybody's welcome to come, but that's kind of who it's geared towards. But we will be running a van on Wednesday nights at, we're having teen class at 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights, again, starting the Wednesday after September 12th. So what is that? Whatever date that is. So if you have teenagers that want to come to our teen class, that'll be starting after that, and we'll run a van for that as well. K through 6th, that's what this is going to be geared towards. It's going to be a great time. Don't miss out. If you like lunch, if you like games, if you like prizes, if you like making a fool of Brother James, be there. It's going to be awesome. You know what? I'll just go ahead and say it right now. I'll say it right now. If our first Saturday, we have more than 25 kids, if our first Saturday we have more than 25 kids, then both me and Brother James will get a pie in the face. 25 kids. Again, I got to say, make sure, is this being recorded? Hold on, record this. We got to make sure it's being recorded. On September 12th, our first Saturday for Super Church, if we get 25 kids or more, then Brother Marcus is going to get a pie in the face. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Brother Marcus, Brother James, and me, Brother Jeremiah, will get a pie in the face if we have more than 25 kids our first Saturday on September 12th. Be there. You don't want to miss it. Bring your friends. Bring everybody you can, because trust me, as much as I don't want a pie in the face, I really want a pie in James's face. Really, really want a pie in Brother Marcus's face. So, be there. Can't wait to see you, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And we are off, right? Off? We off yet? This is awkward. Are we off yet?
Cadence and Chloe, come get your candy.
I have a question.
Goodbye. Have a wonderful day.